Nemophila. Let's just talk about it. Champ, go for it. Let's rip the Band-Aid off, get this one over with.
Accurate.
I just ran to the gas
Yes.
station back for this delicious coffee.
I think we were always planning on talking about this again, right? It's kind of funny because I was just working this week and suddenly I got a notification on my phone because I'm subscribed to the Nemophila subreddit on Reddit. And I opened it. I was like, oh, cool. The Nemophila pop up. People are talking about the cancellation and stuff like that. And then they started talking about the interview that we had on the Dichotic podcast last week. They were just kind of talking about how much. Basically, they were questioning how much of the information that came out was accurate and how much was left out. I was going through the rabbit hole and reading comments. Unfortunately, when I went back to Reddit, about half the comments were deleted. I don't know if they were deleted by the OP, one of the teams, or the people posting the comments. A lot of it was lost in translation. They were the first ones to mention that there was this sort of like middleman group in between One Sky and the Nemophila team. What are they called? Entertainment marketing, I believe.
Yeah, that was my first time hearing about that.
Same. And that's what I said in the Reddit. People were bringing this up to me and I was like, oh, that was never even mentioned to us that there was a whole third team working in between them. So we started looking into it a little bit more and they ended up posting a statement.
Entertainment marketing was a middleman between One Sky and Nemophila, and they are taking responsibility for the misunderstandings. One Sky. First, we deeply apologize to all fans who have been inconvenienced and concerned by this matter. We must also apologize to the 3 artists scheduled to perform and their associated staff, as well as the Yoyoka and the new band who were set to perform as the opening act with their newly formed band on October 16th. Cancellation of this event was announced by One Sky Music Org on September 11, 2025, Japan time, September 10th, U.S. time. However, the reason given was only due to unexpected and uncontrollable events. This has resulted in an unacceptable and disrespectful situation for both the performing artists and the fans. We are completely unable to speculate on the reason for the cancellation. Our inquiries to One Sky Music Org asking what constitutes as force majeure, which is just a contract to cancel, have not received a satisfactory response. Our company, Entertainment Marketing, had been serving as the Japanese office for One Sky Music Org since October 2024. During this period, all communication between Japanese artists and staff and One Sky Music Org was coordinated by us at Entertainment Marketing before being relayed to One Sky Music Org. Therefore, there has been absolutely no direct communication between the artist, staff, and One Sky Music Org.
So let's stop right there for a second, because that, I think, is one of the most important lines right there. A lot of what we were going on last week when we were talking about this stuff was our awareness of this entertainment marketing team, right? We expected that there was just conversation between the Nemophila's team and the One Sky organization, which apparently there was none of. Right off the bat, it's hard to talk about the topic without having that information. You know, we had our guest on SJ Nix last week. We like SJ. He's cool. I don't think he intentionally left any information out, but he's not technically affiliated with the organization. He's just been there while a lot of this has been taking place. So I don't know how much he knew about that, if he knows the details. It really doesn't matter one way or another. All that matters is that everybody involved seems to feel like it's a miscommunication. Nemophila's team came out with a statement, One Sky came out with a statement, and Entertainment Marketing came out with a statement. And it seems like none of them have any harsh words to say about each other, which I think is important.
Some social media posts speculate that the cancellation cannot be the fault of the members who founded One Sky Music Org, with the goal of bringing Japanese bands to the U.S. The blame lies with the manager of the scheduled acts, Nemophila, Risky Melody, and Elika.
By the way, I think that's a direct response to our podcast last week.
Oh, really? This is not factual. We were speculating.
Let me throw this out there right now. We're not reporters. We're not journalists. Everything we said was just us speaking with ifs and ands and maybes. Perhaps if this is the case, then this might be the situation. We're just talking about what we know.
It also wasn't just the podcast. So this could be a response to people, because other people were also saying things similar to what was being talked about on the podcast. So we don't actually know if it's directly responsive to the podcast. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
If the unexpected, uncontrollable event cited by One Sky Org is the reason for Japanese side, then that is entirely the responsibility of us at Entertainment Marketing It is not the fault of the artists, managers, or staff. We want to convey to those who made such posts that is the truth, and the artists are completely blameless. So they're pretty much just taking all the blame. Entertainment marketing saying, hey, we fucked up.
Gotta respect it, man. I gotta respect them coming out and saying that just because they're like, dude, don't blame Nemophila. Like, it seems like everybody here is like, we love Nemophila, the band. They didn't do anything wrong, and we need everybody to know that. I love that because it's hard to take responsibility in the current climate culture. People have a much easier time getting away with things when they just pretend they didn't do anything wrong. Admitting faults and responsibility is something that I support.
And this would honestly make me want to work with them, just in general, just to know that they're going to be willing to step up when the time is needed or if needed. So, and they said it was a miscommunication error, which was one of the speculations we had. It could have been miscommunication.
And yeah. And, you know, like we said, rookie companies trying to put stuff together often doesn't go well the first time around, regardless of whose fault it is. You know, there's a lot of logistics that go into these things. And when you try to do something for the first time that it's that big, you're bound to run into some kind of obstacles that might be really intrusive.
Yeah, and they go on to say entertainment marketing will continue to support Japanese artists' activities outside Japan despite this incident. We sincerely hope you will continue to support us going forward. I would hope that they all work together again and just get rid of this situation, just move on.
Yeah, 100%. It doesn't feel like there was any malice or bad intent here. It doesn't seem like anybody didn't want this to happen or anybody was trying to take advantage of the other ones, even though that is a possibility that we did speculate about last week. But it doesn't seem like that's the case. And I'm happy to say it's probably not.
I mean, I think the fact that the entertainment marketing company decided to release a statement timely after all the backlash and not try to just push it off to someone else or give a vague, I mean, they had to be vague, I'm sure, because of, you know, legal reasons, but the fact that they just said, hey, it's not the band's fault, it's not their management's fault, this was a miscommunication error on our end. If you're going to blame someone, blame us. It's really hard to do that in the heat of conflict when everyone's trying to find someone to blame. Like right now, like all the fans, like imagine the fans who had tickets that were flying and traveling for the show. They want to blame somebody.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's really smart of them to allow the finger pointing to come to them.
Who knows how much they lost, right?
I think it's smart. I also think it's in good faith because if they work together again, at least you know they're going to own up if something goes wrong. I like it. I like the stance. I like the posture.
Like John said, this channel's basically just water cooler talk.
That's what it was always meant for. We do some interviews every once in a while, but that's not the report. We just happen to stumble upon a report. We just happen to be talking about something and somebody in the chat was like, hey, this happened. And we were like, oh, we kind of know somebody that's involved, so let's let them talk about it. Did not think that it was going to be treated as an actual report.
So here's the band statement. The U.S. tour we have scheduled for October was unfortunately canceled about a month ago. They put this themselves on their Reddit. I feel like I read this the last podcast, but I could be wrong. It was sudden development, and we were just as surprised and deeply disappointed as many of you. All we have been told is that it was due to circumstances beyond our control, and we honestly don't know the full reasons ourselves. We feel sorry that this is all we can say, but we would rather not speculate, as that could only lead to misunderstandings.
I guess we could learn something from Nemophila.
Yeah.
Like they're saying straight up, like our management doesn't even tell us what's going on here, right? Like they're just like, okay, it's not happening.
Like on the last podcast, a lot of the bands in Japan are just hands off when it comes to the booking and managing stuff. There's always another person managing, even on the lower level of bands, like the ones that are small. I never deal with the band directly. It's very rare. It happens, but it's very rare. Since we were already heading to the U.S. for the One Sky showcase, we had also planned a solo concert, and we know many of you were looking forward to it. We sincerely apologize to those who had already made arrangements, such as flights, and to everyone who was anticipating the show. Personally, I was also very sad because I had been looking forward to making music with Yoyoka again after such a long time. Well, they could still do that. They could still travel over there with their visas, so... Although the new date is not set yet, we are currently preparing for a free live stream concert. We hope you will accept this as a gesture of our sincerity, which did stream 4 days ago. So go check that out. It's an hour long. This was their way to make up for it.
That's as much as they could have done at this point, right? Gotta love that.
And I hope they still take advantage of having those visas and come back. I know they announced some shows, not in the U.S., but I really hope they come back out here. I know a lot of fans would love to see them. I'm one of them. I haven't seen them live. I think I'm the only one here that hasn't seen them live, so I'd love to.
This is a really cool comment. Ansel said they should have joined the Maids management. That'd be cool if like the Maids management just decided to like take on other Japanese
Start
bands.
taking on other bands.
Become like an umbrella management company.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
awesome. That's a conversation for another day. Hey, everyone, go follow the South Sound podcast. Subscribe over there if you want to continue watching this podcast every Sunday at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time.